All right, then. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night. Depending on where you are in the world, the sun is in a different place and it appears differently. So, this is our morning meditation experience for me at 8 a.m. here in California. And we are gathering together as a community on the Monk Life Discord server. If you're here in the Discord, hi there, Katal. Feel invited to share your camera. And if you're joining through the YouTube, feel free to say hello. And we're going to get started shortly. For some people, you can try to, maybe it will be nice to light a candle or to light incense. It may support your meditative practice. So if you're practicing regularly, then you can try that. You can try out to see if some incense will be enjoyable. But you don't need to stop. You don't need to leave where you are now to go and get some incense from the incense store. If you have it, you can light it and get comfortable. Actually, there's a certain kind of meditation where just to focus on a candle. So actually the whole meditation practice is just staring at the fire. That's a certain kind of meditation possible to do. So today we will start with a little bit of Buddhist chanting to set the mood for our meditation practice. And that Buddhist chanting will start with the phrase Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa, which is we are paying respect to the Buddha. Maybe like the Buddha that you can see behind me, the historical Buddha, this, expression, this representation of our capacity to enlighten, to brighten, to fully awaken. Okay. But it's also to lift up and recognize this part of ourselves that can be free from suffering, that can liberate, that can transform, that can see through the attachment to a false sense of self. I can see through the attachment to anything mentally, any mental or physical phenomena as being satisfactory. So we don't to grasp onto these mental experiences or these physical experiences, but we're just aware. And after we chant that, we will go into the three refuges. So that will also be a part of our practice this morning. And the three refuges, if you're a Buddhist, is kind of what defines someone as a Buddhist. So a Buddhist is someone who takes refuge in the Buddha, which is the Buddha nature, the Buddha inside of you, the capacity to enlighten, but also the traditional Buddha, and almost this Buddha path of meditation. So take refuge in the Buddha, Buddham. Take refuge in the Dhamma, Dhammam. So the Dhamma is the Dharma, can be the Buddhist teachings, but it can also be any and all phenomena that are supporting us in our practice of realization, our practice of waking up to the truth and transforming suffering. And then finally, so that's Dhammam, Sangam. So Sangam is the Sangha, community of practitioners. Very traditionally, it meant the community of enlightened beings. But in the modern time, for our use case, it especially means our community of practice. So we take refuge, we go to for protection, for support to the Buddhist community, not to, some spiritualist on TikTok. And that's kind of what determines us as a Buddhist practitioner. Okay, so you may not know this chant, but if you do, you can certainly follow along, and otherwise just enjoy as a certain kind of invitation to our meditation practice together this morning. Okay. And as we practice this, everyone is invited to have their hands in the prayer position. And this, you don't need to see this as a position of worship, but more a position of sincerity. So our sincerity coming together, and we listening or chanting together if you can join. Okay, so let's enjoy this practice together. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sama sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sama sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sama sambuddhassa. Buddham saranam gacchami. Dhammam saranam gacchami. Sangham saranam gacchami. Tutiyampi Buddham saranam gacchami. Tutiyampi Dhammam saranam gacchami. Tutiyampi Sangham saranam gacchami. Tatiyampi Buddham saranam gacchami. Tatiyampi Dhammam saranam gacchami. Tatiyampi Sangham saranam gacchami. Okay. So starting our meditation practice, we can firstly find our comfortable, stable position, just that lovely position to be in here in the present moment for your body. Also bringing your mind to this, not only this willingness to be here, this willingness to practice meditation, but a real, not desire, but a real consideration that this is what you really like to do. This is where you'd want to be right now. So allowing our body to be in the position that it's in, settling that, relaxing that. The body is breathing, the breath is happening as a process, not just air, but the process of breathing is taking place. And it's a vital process, it's alive, it is interesting, it is precious. Even in the midst of uncomfortable or difficulty, or we try to force a meditation, or we want it to be a certain way, or yesterday or tomorrow, in the midst of all that, right, all that jazz, the breath is this vital process that is taking place. And it's quite a curious process to be aware of, to have an interest in. So we allow the body to be the way that it is, relaxing, releasing. And we can allow the mind to settle into the body. So that the primary work or attention of the mind is this noticing and this awareness, this presence in the body. It's kind of as if your mind is very predisposed to get very complicated and be involved in past and future and, my goodness, so many things. But through our breathing sincerely and wholeheartedly, the mind takes as its primary interest, focus, the body as a body of reality. So when the mind starts to come up and get involved, our thinking gets involved and says, hey, wait a minute, there's a real situation going on here. We've got to do something about this. You invite the mind back to the reality body of your body as it is right now. That there is a body just sitting here. The breathing process is taking place and you are aware of that. You are noticing to that. You are attending to that. As you are practicing to just breathe and be aware of the body, be open to checking in with places in the body that might have a tension or a tightness or be uncomfortable, and just relax those places. Release the need to be still, or the need to move, but just the breathing, the noticing, and relaxing any reactivity. So the enjoyment that we will connect with and experience in our meditation is quite different from the normal enjoyment. So the normal enjoyment is about getting what we want and holding on to it and keeping it, whereas this enjoyment more relates to a curiosity and an opening to the unfolding of present moment experience. There's a lot more flexibility in that than the normal way of enjoying. The way of we are sleeping in the morning and then we hear our neighbor making a lot of noise and we say, I need to get back to sleep. Who's this person making noise? What a fool they are. This one is more that all of the sensations that are taking place right now are inviting to us to refresh opening, the opening up and the curiousness to what's happening in the here and now. If we are trying to reject or get rid of any particular thoughts or experiences during our meditation practice, this is just going to perpetuate them. Rather, each thought, each sensation is curiousness. It's an embrace. And so, whatever thought, mental or physical experience, sensation arises, we notice and we embrace, and the breathing is also there. Present moment, non self fixated awareness is also there. And the work that we are doing here is to embrace and to be with whatever comes up with our mindfulness, with our present moment awareness. So, whatever you need to do to support and continue that practice, don't be shy to do that. If you move a little bit, it's okay. If you change position, it's okay. Embracing, embracing, recognizing what is happening right now, offering our presence and our mindfulness to what is happening here and now, breathing and being with, breathing and aware, breathing and enjoying just sitting here, breathing and aware. If we feel that we have enough mindfulness and enough peacefulness, we can invite to our awareness um, any fear or any kind of stressful situation that we've been working with lately that's been coming up. You can invite that to be here with you, and you can offer your mindfulness, you can offer your breathing and your power of presence to that situation, just to calm and to soothe it, but invite it to be there with you. And we can say to that fear or that difficult situation, that worry, or even just maybe you feel a pain in your body, you can say to that, hello, fear, hello, suffering. I see you. I am here to free you. So that our mindfulness is not just to be aware of something, but actually our mindfulness is the quality to brighten it, free it, untangle it, in a sense to see through it, because it is an awareness itself. It's not awareness in relationship to. But to sit in this stable and upright way, breathing, aware, the seeing itself, the awareness itself, the breathing itself, here and now. It's not to meditate for a particular period of time. It's just this breath. It's just this awareness. It's just to come back. The breath can be this constant anchor point into the direct present moment. We can come back and stay with this method of kind of recognition of just sitting here, breathing and aware. Please bring a quality of brightness to this practice. So we don't need to sink, we don't need to fall into the relaxation, but it's to be vividly here and opening out and widening out our awareness to be all inclusive, all accepting. The relaxation should certainly be there, but it should be met with our awareness and our presence. Closing our eyes if they are open, we can allow this sense of deep relaxation that is there to flow throughout and to permeate our body. All the muscles, all the bones, the eyes, the face, even the brain. the upper and lower body, stomach and the legs. Allow this sense of relaxation and presence to flow throughout the whole body that is just sitting here. More and more relaxation in the body, more releasing, calming, untangling any tight, any focus, just to relax. Allowing the breath to happen however it's happening. Let the body relax more and more. Anything, everything that comes up into the mind, relaxing the body more, settling and calming. The body so relaxed, so pleasant that we really enjoy to keep our awareness right in the here and now. Even more to relax. Mind may drift, but the body is so relaxed, such a source of enjoyment. We can naturally return to this place of opening out, widening out, brightening out. Every muscle, every cell, every bone, all flesh to relax. And we breathe in such a way to notice and relax, to notice and gentle whatever it is that we to get tight about or get involved with. And if there is a place in the body where we are holding ourselves up or there's a tension there that we notice, we give our attention to the tension, we embrace it, we gentle with it, we soften with it, we free it from a worry, free it from complicated thinking. free it from any kind of added stress. Just to notice and to breathe and to gentle that place that is not the way we want it to be. To let that place, that tension, that experience, to know that it's okay the way that it is. It doesn't need to be the way that we want it to be. Sometimes there is such a darkness, such a difficulty that we encounter. We need to know how to embrace that with our gentleness, with our awareness rather than our reactivity. So we'll finish our practice with a few words of metta, a few words of loving kindness. So please stay in your meditative way, and you can repeat these lines after me. And then we'll finish with the chanting of this metta teaching, this metta practice. Okay, so please repeat after me with your meditative mind and your voice of sincerity, your internal voice or your external voice, up to you. Make sure that your body is comfortable, okay? Repeat after me, saying to yourself, may I be free of mental suffering. May I be free from physical suffering. May I take care of myself happily. May I be free from any fear or danger. May all beings be free from fear and danger. May all beings be free from any kind of negative thinking about others. May all beings be free from mental suffering. May all beings be free from physical suffering. May all beings take care of themselves happily. May all beings be happy. May all beings be happy. May all beings be free from suffering. May it be so. May it be so. May it truly be so. We can all bring our hands together and we will do a metta chanting, and we will finish with 3 sadhus. So please feel welcome to join me at the end with those 3 sadhus. Avero Homi Avyapajo Homi Anigo Homi Sukhiyatanam Pariharami Sabe Sata Averahontu Avyapaja Hontu Anika Hontu Sukhiyatanam Pariharantu Sukhita Hota Dukkha Muccata Sadhu. And we can all make a deep bow. We bow to one another, we bow to this practice, and we bow to the path that we are walking on. Okay, so thank you all for being here today. This evening, this afternoon, we will have our Buddhist book club at 5 p.m. California time. And this Saturday and Sunday, I'm not sure exactly what the schedule is going to be, but we're going to do some practice of a Dharma sharing group. And I'll also announce about this in the Buddhist Book Club time. But that will be a practice that will not be live streamed, and we'll have space for about 25 people, and that will be a Dharma sharing practice where each of us will have the opportunity to to share and be listened to deeply and to share deeply in a circle. And it will be prioritized for those people who can make the full commitment of an hour to an hour and a half, and also ideally can share their camera. And it's a very intimate practice where we get to share from our heart and be heard and listened to, and even more so to listen to one another and kind of offer our heart and receive the hearts of our Sangha body here, our community body here. So we're going to do that practice Saturday and Sunday. So keep your eye out for that and be aware of that coming up, okay? All right. Take care. Be happy.